Well, I think D3 said it best, and that as a Dragon Ball fan, we seem to be eating pretty darn good these days. We've got the manga, we've got the new movie that's going to be coming, we've got all sorts of content when it comes to the mobile games. We've now got this brand new game coming out, and I gotta tell you guys, I am really excited. How's it going, everybody? Vegeta saying, what is good to all my Super Saiyan homies? Here to bring you all sorts of Dragon Ball content, and I'm so excited we could expand on that finally with a new game that is Dragon Ball The Breakers. Now, this is not going to be a reaction to the trailer. I don't want to do that. You know, I'm sure you've seen plenty of people do that already, and it's already a day late and $1 short, so why am I going to react to a trailer that's been out for a day already? But what I do want to do is, I do want to talk about 3 things that I do want to see in the game, and 3 things that I don't want to see in the game. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I've seen already a lot of mixed reception about the game, and well, it hasn't even been released yet, so I'd like to just kind of talk about some things that I would like to see, and some things that I wouldn't like to see. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy the content, as it does greatly help the video and the channel to grow tremendously. So yeah, let's talk about it. The first thing that I would like to see is some customization and some craftability. Now, I do realize that the first thing is that it does seem like we're going to be playing a lot with Oolong and Bulma, which is nice, and I do like that it's like Dragon Ball Bulma, but the one thing that I do want to see is, and let's see if we can kind of find it in the trailer, because I figured we would keep it open and just kind of scroll around, is there seems to be, I want to say some level of craftability. Here we go, right here. There looks like there's, I guess, some level of spawning and craftability, as you guys can like pop out a time machine. There seems to be the pods that can shoot you around the map, but I'm really hoping for more than just like, oh, you stumble upon a bazooka like on the map and you can shoot it, sell. Oh, you stumble upon a time machine and you can use the time machine. I'd really like for there to be some type of intuition and some type of like, oh, well, you've got to find the materials to make the time machine work. You need to find this and that. So I don't want to just have the basic level of, oh, you just found this lying around. The other thing, like I said, is customization. It is taking place in the Xenoverse timeline. So with that in mind, I don't think it's too hard to assume that we might get some level of customization. Like, we can see this kind of this character we've got in the time machine over here in the pod. We've got Bulma hanging off to the side. But whatever this character is in the pod, looks like it's going to be a character that we can play, and hopefully it's going to be like a CAC like in Xenoverse. So that's my first kind of hope, I suppose, for the game. My first don't that I want, however, in terms of playable characters, is that I don't want to see the Z Warriors to be playable characters. I would much prefer that we're, I guess, trying to survive until they show up to fend off Cell or Frieza or whoever it is that we're trying to survive against, because it did say, and it does look like from all the art, that we're going to be able to fend off Frieza and Cell, and then it looks like Boo as well. And so I'd love to maybe see us trying to survive it out until the Z Warriors show up. Because let's be real here, if we were to play the game as like Goku and Vegeta and all them, but not have their powers, like not be able to go Super Saiyan, not be able to use Kamehameha and all that, it wouldn't be very fun. And by the same token, if we were 7 of the Z Warriors, like if we were just like 7 Super Saiyans jumping Frieza and Cell, well, that wouldn't be very fun either. So I don't necessarily want to see them as playable characters, even though I do want to see them make an appearance in the game. You know, maybe when we win, we can see like a nice little cutscene of like Goku going Super Saiyan against Frieza, Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 against Cell, and so on and so forth. Speaking of the Raiders, however, that's what they're called, the person that we're trying to survive, I do hope that they are playables. That is one of my do's. If they're not going to be a playable character, quite frankly, that to me, that's going to make it even more boring. It's like, well, you can't play as Cell, you can't play it. Like, I would love the idea. I love watching the videos of like Cinna chase down the idiots in Friday the 13th. So I would love to see this, or like in Among Us too. You know, like if you're the killer in Among Us. So I think to not have that would be a big disservice. So if they don't make them playable, that's going to be a huge don't for me. Now, in terms of dues, however, I do hope, speaking of raiders, that they add more raiders in terms of maybe, like, say, Broly or Ape Vegeta. And I think Ape Vegeta could be really fun because it seems like they're actually basing the raiders off, like, the more people you catch, the more transformations you get. We didn't get to see Frieza or Boo, but it seems like for Cell, as you kind of catch people, you're gonna, I guess, be able to evolve. Like, he doesn't need to absorb 18. It looks like he just absorbs the raiders and then goes up to, like, semi-perfect Cell. Which, it's Xenoverse timeline, so I'm not going to get so, technical about it. But I would like to see this, as well for, like, Frieza. The more raiders you catch, the more forms you go up, like starting at first form, and then you go up all the way to final form. And so for Ape Vegeta, this could be really, really cool, because he could, start at base, but then we're fighting Ozaru Vegeta, and that would be really fun. You get, like, a giant ape raider to kind of run away from. So I think that could be really fun to see. Moving on to our last don't. I don't want to see it as a $60 price tag, and I don't think it's going to be, considering that they said, I think it was, the developer video? It was like a 1.5-minute video where they kind of talked about it. One of the developers talked about the game really quick. And they said it was going to be, I can't remember the exact quote that they said, but I believe that they said it was like a consumable price or a reasonable price. I don't remember quite specifically what they said, but I don't necessarily think that it's going to be a $60 price tag. I think it's going to end up being $30 or $40, which is something I don't mind paying. However, I think if it ends up being $60, unless, like, you're a super duper diehard or a content creator, I don't foresee a lot of people buying it until it, like, goes on sale, so that's really that. And then for my last due, the thing that I most certainly want to see, and we talked about this on stream last night, is I do want to see some crossplay for this game. Because if we don't see crossplay in this game, I think it's going to be hard for it to maintain a lifespan. Because it already, like I said, it's already getting very mixed reviews. So it seems really niche to begin with. And so, we're going to want to be able to have the full 7 survivors that we can have in there. And quite frankly, it may be hard to fill a lobby of just 7 people on Xbox, just 7 people on PlayStation, just 7 people on PC. Like, I already know a handful of people who I want to play the game with, but I don't necessarily know we're all going to be able to play on the same system. And that's really unfortunate to think about, especially for, players who may not necessarily have a bunch of friends over on social media in the community and whatnot, that are not necessarily as active in the community and are just necessarily watching the videos or playing with their friends at home. So I really hope to see crossplay. I think that's going to be probably the most important thing for this game's lifespan, considering how, once again, mixed of a reaction people are already giving it. We're going to have to see something to at least allow for a multitude of players to take advantage of this 7-8 player game that we have in front of us. So with that about wraps it up. And what do you guys think? What are y'all thinking about this game? Are you excited? Are you not excited? I can certainly understand if you're not a content creator why you wouldn't be excited, but I think this is something fun and different, at least for the Dragon Ball world. I know it's somewhat copy-paste from games like Among Us, from games like Friday the 13th, but I still think this is going to be something fun, especially given the setting that we have. And I think running away from Cell is just absolutely hilarious. So be sure to let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.